Hi and welcome back to Betty Easy YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. And if you're new here, karibu sana. Thank you for choosing to watch my channel, guys. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel, guys. Let's keep growing. I am so humbled by your love and your support so far. I am so grateful, guys. Today I want to talk about a very interesting topic, and and this might help somebody. You never know, because you know what, I did not know when I was moving to this country. Whatever I'm gonna share, I did not know, but you know what, I learned as soon as I moved. I settled down. That's when I learned, haya, kumbe these things are done different. So guys, stay here. Do not go anywhere until the end of this video, and you will learn a thing or two. So I want to talk about boys circumcision, guys. Yeah, circumcising a boy child. Some people believe in it and some people don't believe in it for reasons, for whichever reason. Some people, they just don't believe in it. They don't agree with it. And some other people, they agree with it. And let me tell you, it comes as a shock for the people, like the people who come from, let me say, Africa. Not the whole of Africa, but let me say, for me that came from Kenya, I was so shocked and surprised to learn that circumcision is optional. When I was growing up, I thought as a boy, when you're done with your when you're done with your elementary school or primary school, as soon as you finish your primary school, before you go to high school, I thought, you know what, you have to be circumcised as a boy. Yeah. And that's the way it's done by a lot of people and most people in Kenya. I don't know if your country, do you believe in circumcision in your country? Because in Kenya, apparently, in Kenya, it's done. Majority of people do it. So when you come to these Western countries, you realize and you figure out a good number, they don't believe in circumcision. And that is very much okay for their own reason, and you respect their reason, because you know what, we have different cultures, we have different beliefs, we have different way of doing things, we have different ways of how we were raised or how we believe. Everybody is different, guys. So it is okay when you go to Rome, you learn what the Romans do. You don't have to do what the Romans guys. Yeah. So when you come to these Western countries, you figure and you realize circumcision is not everybody that is, not every male is circumcised. And by the way, female circumcision in these countries is forbidden. Hey, if you're caught circumcising your girl child in this country, that is very much illegal. Yeah, and women are very protected in this country. They are very protected against female genital mutilation. But for boy child, it is allowed. And even in Africa, that is one practice that should be forbidden. I know it happens widely in Africa, by the way. In Kenya, it's still happening up to now. Our girls are being circumcised and mutilated, their parts, and I'm telling you, it is a very painful procedure, and it is cruel and should be forbidden and should not even be happening, and those people should be punished by the law. It is not right to circumcise a girl child, but believe it or not, it still happens. So for a boy child in this country, it is optional. Parents can choose to either circumcise their boys when they're little, or when they grow up, they can choose for themselves. Yeah, so don't be surprised if you're a woman and you come to these countries, you meet you meet an American that is not circumcised, or I believe in Britain, I think Americans kind of believe they practice circumcision for boys more than Europe. I don't know, I believe so. Yeah, I might not be sure, But I believe in America, they do this practice is done is done a lot here than in Europe. So if you meet a British and he's not, as a woman, do not be like, whoa, call your elders and your village, everybody, to come and witness what you have seen. Please, let me educate you right now. Do not be shocked. And because you know what, let me tell you guys, a lot of our girls, even they date online and they don't know these things they have. Because like for me, I was born and raised in Africa. I believe, you know, I was born and raised knowing that it happens and it has to happen. If you're a man, you have to be circumcised. Let me tell you, do not be shocked when you meet this Oyibo online, a white dude or American. Let me not say a white dude. Let me just say because not only white, it is American, whether black, white, Asian, or whichever color doesn't matter. For me, color doesn't matter. You know, meet this person and then you're like, huh? My neighbors come see this. So it is very normal, and all you need to do is understand that person and respect their choice. Respect them because that is their personal choice. Yeah, and do not judge somebody because they are not. You know, don't judge someone because of that. You know, some people believe it's all for health benefits. Other believes it's for, I don't know, whatever reasons, I don't know. I just respect everybody's choices. So the reason why I want to talk about this is not because I want to educate you about the grown men. No, that's not my job to come and tell you about the grown men. Please don't judge me. Don't throw stones and say, Betty, hey, today you've gone so far. Yeah, today I want to talk about the little ones. When a little boy is born in this country, they are circumcised in the hospital before they leave the hospital. This is the parent choice. So if you're a mom, you've given birth to a baby boy in America, you choose whether you want your baby boy to be circumcised before you leave the hospital. That is if the baby is not is very healthy, and if the baby is not a premature baby, you know, sometimes because of the weight and because there are so many factors to consider. But if you have a healthy baby, they give you that option if you want to circumcise your boy child in the hospital. So that one, it's done and it's not complicated. But what if you check out of the hospital and decide 2 weeks later or a year later or 5 years later you want to circumcise your boy? That will depend with your insurance. If your insurance will cover for it, good for you, you are lucky. But a lot of insurances, they don't cover for it because they believe it's you know, selective surgery. So it's expensive. It's not cheap to pay for a baby boy to be circumcised. It's not cheap, and you have to have a reason why do you want them circumcised. You have to have a reason for it. Like, you can't just wake up and take the baby to the doctor and say, oh, please circumcise my baby because I believe. Yeah, you have to have a reason why. And for the insurance to pay, you know, for the insurance to pay, you have to have a good reason medically. I could be right, I could be wrong. So, because for me, my baby boy was born in Africa, and they don't do that. As you know, when in Kenya, when a baby boy is born, they don't practice circumcision when the boy, like, right away. Usually our tradition in Kenya, we wait until they finish primary school, that is elementary school, and then they go through this stage, you know, like this adulthood. It's celebrated, they are taken somewhere. The boys, you know, when a boy is circumcised, they have to be watched by another you know, a grown-up man, and they will teach them and help them to pass you know, go through the stages of adulthood. But here it's done when the boy is little. When you do it after, I don't know exactly how much. I believe $1,200. It's over $1,200 or $1,500 to circumcise, or maybe more. It's very expensive. So what happens to a lot of Africans when they are moving here with their baby boys? Before you leave your country, if you have one green card, or whichever way you're using to relocate to America, if you have baby boys, it's better and it's advisable to have them circumcised before you come here, because sometimes you can come to this country and you are not able to travel back right away for them to go through the passage. Yeah, so it's advisable for the peace of mind and and it's cheaper that way. Have them circumcised in Africa or whichever country you come from, if you believe in it, when they are still young, so that when they come here in America or in Europe or whichever country, they have already done so. I don't know whether in Europe is very expensive, but in America it is, and not all insurances pay for it, and you have to have a reason when for the insurance to cover it, you know. So I would advise our you dear friends, if you're relocating here with the baby boys, to do it before you come here, or alternatively you can move to this country, settle down, do what you have to do, and if you want to follow the same tradition, take your boys when they are a little grown and take them to go get circumcised back home. It is cheaper. Let me tell you, nothing like for me, you see, I don't have one teeth right here. One of my tooth is missing, and the moment I went to the dentist and they talked about 4,800 to get a new tooth, I was like, hey, let me wait until I go to Mexico and have a new teeth, you know, because it's cheaper in Mexico, I believe, because that's what most people talk about. It's cheaper to have their teeth, to have a new tooth in Mexico. So the same thing as circumcision. I'm not gonna tell you to take your children to Mexico or Canada. I can tell you it is not very cheap. So guys, yeah, do not be surprised when you come here. It's I can advise people, what I can say is, do it when the boy is still in the hospital. Before you leave the hospital, it's affordable to do it there. Insurance will cover for it and everything will be covered. But as soon as you come out of that hospital, then it becomes another expense, and you don't want that. Alternatively, you can travel with your children and do it back home. But on this case, then if the boy is older, they have to agree to it, because remember here, rights, human rights. Even the children, they learn their rights when they are young. So you are 12 years old can say, no, I'm not interested, you know, like I'm not interested to do it, mom. I'm not gonna do it just because it's done. What are you gonna do? You cannot force them. Remember, this child now is an American. You cannot force them to go to Africa, and you can get in trouble if they come and if they report you and say, hey, my mom forced me to take me back to Africa and circumcise me there against my will. Guys, I know you know, right now the African mind is like, hey, my child to say no. Yeah, they can tell you no. And especially when they know their rights, they know. Remember, this is the same country that a child can pick a phone call and call police on you and report you and have you put, you know, like they can put you in trouble. But I thank God, because even those police, they listen. They are parents too. They know these things. So I always say to boys, I say to the children, I say, let me tell you, not because you move to this country and you hear these stories of children can call police and start grabbing the phone and calling police. If you don't have a good reason to call them, even if you call them, nothing is gonna happen. In fact, you are the one who will get in trouble. I tell my children that. So because they come here and sometimes they learn these things and they're like, yeah, this is a new thing. Nobody told me that when I was in Africa. We don't call police on our parents, but here I guess we can call on them anytime. Like my mom tell me to wash the dishes and I call just police and say my mom is abusing me. She's telling me to wash the dishes. No. So if you're a child and you're watching this, it doesn't, you know, raise your children the way you can talk to them, you can inform them, you can educate them the importance of circumcision if it's a boy child, and tell them the importance of it. Sit them down and tell them it's expensive here in America. Let's go do it back in Africa. it will be done nicely. It's so guys, that is what brought me here. Can you imagine? I came here to tell you guys about circumcision in America. But you know what? A lot of people don't know. And even me, when I came here in this country, I did not know. It was shocking to realize that babies are circumcised in the hospital. I was like, hey, will they even know the way, will they learn? Will they respect the transition from the childhood to the adulthood? But they do, yeah, they do. And every parent is different, because you know what, even if they're circumcised when they're young, when they are growing up, you mold them and you teach them, like the way you're teaching them, it helps. It's very helpful. You can teach them from this child, moving from childhood to adulthood, even the changes. Let me tell you, the other day, I took Darren to the doctor. Hey, this doctor, I could smell and he's only 10. But let me tell you guys, here, I could start smelling very heavy. This puberty. So Darren, apparently, now his armpits are stinky. And I talked to the doctor. I said, hey, at this age, the doctor was like, yes, some children, they mature early than the others, because now he's 10. But let me tell you, this boy has to wear deodorant at 10 years old, and it is not bad. So the doctor started talking to him. It's normal. Now you are grown. Now you are a big boy. Soon you're gonna start having some hair here and there and your private areas. And I was like, why? My African in me was hiding under the table, because some of these things we are not ready to talk to them yet, but the doctor was breaking it down, and Darren was like looking at the doctor like, hey, I want to listen. I want to hear this. I want to hear everything. But the doctor was like, oh, have you ever talked to him about this? I said, not yet. And I don't know if they have done it at school yet. And the doctor was like, yeah, you can always talk to him about puberty. Now he's a pre-teenager. When he's 12, he's going to have all these changes, his voice and everything. And that's the moment I sat down and realized, hey, Betty, me, Beatrice, I have really grown old. I am old. Having a teenager, you can't imagine starting to, and parents, chat, you can write on the comment section and let us share how you helped your child to transition from the childhood to the adulthood. What were the topics? Even if it's not a boy, a girl too. How was that topic? Did you have to sit them down? Let's chat on the comment section. Let's have a conversation, because you know what? We can help each other, because we have children that are older, others are younger. Help us that are, like for me, now that my oldest is 10 and the other one is a toddler. I know the other one has a long way to go, but I'll come to that point too. I'll get there as well. And what are some of the things also you talk to? Do I take Darren to a man, like have my brother or his uncle talk to him, or do I do it myself? What's the best way to do it? Because you know what, I can be a teacher. I'm gonna sit him down and talk to him and tell him everything. Yeah, everything that he needs to know. And it's good and it is important. So I hope this message helped you out there about boy circumcision in America. And if you practice female circumcision, please do not do it in this country, and not even in Africa or whichever part of the country. Stop. It is not right. It is very, very dangerous, and it is bad. And also, it really, really damages that girl child. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you understand my video. And let's keep sharing. Please share to 1 or 2 friends. When you watch the video and you like it, just share it. Just say, Betty said I can share her videos. You're more than welcome to share. Thank you. God bless you. Take care. Bye.